Now, in woodworking, I've often run into the problem where to finish a project, I needed a piece of glass, like for a window or a mirror or a picture frame, something like that. Now, I've often gone to the hardware store, a big box store, had a custom-sized piece of glass cut, but you can also save a couple of bucks and cut the glass to size yourself. Let me show you how that's done. It's best to cut glass on a softer surface. This project mat works great. You could also use cardboard. You're going to need a glass cutting tool. It's got a diamond wheel on it. Now, these tools don't always come ready to go out of the box. And you're going to need to run it across the surface of some glass a few times to figure out whether it's ready to go. When it makes an even, consistent sound as you're scoring the glass, that's when it's ready to cut. So I recommend you buy a little bit of extra glass. It does two things. It gives you the ability to test your wheel, and it also gives you the ability to test making glass cut. Now, the first thing to know is that you get much better results if you're cutting clean glass than if you're cutting dirty glass. Next, after it's clean, you can mark your piece to size using a grease pencil. Something that's true about glass is that it can get sharp and it can cut you. So these gloves will help me from cutting my fingers. I like to wear my glasses to help protect my eyes. Now I'm ready to go. I'm going to get this straight edge, which we have cleverly put a piece of cork on the back because help it from sliding on the glass. Put it on the marks I just made, which are harder to see than you think. And now I'm ready to start to scribe. For best results, it's a good idea to use oil, glass cutting oil. Dip your cutting tool into it. Now with a straight edge in place, I like to nip this edge a little bit because it's hard to get a good start there. Now pressing down good and hard, and with a steady, smooth push, scribe your cut. One time only, it's all you need. Just like before you cut, it's good to, after you scribe, clean off any little granules of glass that may have popped up. It'll help you make this cut. Now, you pick up the glass. You can see your scribe line really clearly. You line it up on top of the dowel. Some people just break it in their, flexing with their hands. This is the way I prefer to do it. And it's done. So that's it. It's pretty easy. However, this edge is sharp right now. So a good thing to do is to take some sandpaper and sand that down, break that edge a little bit. Be careful not to sand the face of your clear glass here. Now that was clear glass. I've got one other tip to share with you about cutting mirror. Mirrored glass has this film on the back. It's the reflective part of the mirror. And so before you can cut the glass part, you have to cut a line through it with a knife. Let me show you how you do that. So I've marked the piece of mirror to size. Now I'm going to place my straight edge on those marks. Now I'm just going to use a regular shop knife to cut through that film. It's important to cut all the way through this film. If you don't, when you make your glass cut on the other side, this film may tear off. So I can see the line that I cut through the film, through the glass here. What I need to do is line it up carefully so that the wheel, the straight edge, positions the cutting wheel right over the top of that line. Once I do that, glass cutting oil, this is a thick piece of glass, so I'm going to push good and hard. So now I'm ready to break. Once again, bring in my dowel, line it up right over the top. I like to clean it off before I do the break. just like that. So the next time one of your projects requires a piece of glass or a mirror, consider cutting it yourself. I'm Rob Johnstone from Woodworker's Journal. Thanks for watching.